Introverts versus extroverts. It's a conversation that's been confusing people longer than the Lakers versus Celtics rivalry. See, most people think introverts are like shy people who just like hide in their rooms, playing 2K, My Career, on rookie mode. And they think that extroverts are like these loud, obnoxious people who never stop talking, just yapping all day like Stephen A. Smith on First Take.
His very first move as the executive was to sign Lamar Odom, who was on crack.
That's like saying that all point guards are under 6 feet tall and all centers move like they feet stuck in the mud. And it's just not that simple. See, here's the real difference. And I'm gonna explain it in one word: energy. See, an introvert gets their energy from within. They don't need a crowd to perform. They're the type that's gonna stay back after practice, shoot 100 free throws when nobody's looking. So when they get in the game, they locked in like they shooting in an empty gym. See, all they need is that time in between quarters to gather their thoughts and recharge their batteries. Now, an extrovert feeds off the energy of others. The louder the crowd, the better they play. See, they like those players that play nonchalant, acting like they don't care. Soon as the Huzz walk in, they gonna turn into prime Michael Jordan out there. See, they get charged up when people come around. So you got your Kawhi Leonard types who barely speak above a whisper, still win Finals MVP. And then you got your Draymond Green types who won't shut up. And somehow that still works too. Both defensive players of the year, two completely different approaches. And by the end of this video, you're gonna understand yourself and everybody else around you better than Popovich understand the fundamentals of basketball. Because that man turned a boring San Antonio Spurs offense into 5 championships. And if this is your first time seeing me, my name is Mark the Spark, and I explain everything in basketball terms. Because ball don't lie, and neither do I. Now, if you're watching this at 2 a.m., analyzing every word that I say, instead of being asleep, you're probably introvert. And if you're watching this with like music playing in the background, trying to hold 3 different text conversations at the same time, and just trying to do everything all at once, you're probably an extrovert. Now, this is where the confusion starts. Because being an introvert got nothing to do with being shy, and being an extrovert ain't got nothing to do with being confident. So you pull up to the wrong introvert thinking you about to joke on him like he an easy target or something, because he's just sitting there chilling, minding his business. He'll fool around and have 100 comebacks roasting you. Jokes on jokes in the clip. Fool around with the wrong introvert, you're gonna need therapy. Because them jokes, they gonna cut deep. And I know extroverts, they get shy when they talking in front of a group of people. But they still gotta be around people in order to feel normal. It's weird. It's like Ben Simmons scared to shoot threes, but he still gotta be on the court. It's crazy.
But that's when you know that the game is in your head. That's a dunk for Ben Simmons right there. Ben Simmons, you gotta shoot that shot.
It's like the difference between Kawhi Leonard and the Greek Freak. And I know I'm gonna keep using Kawhi Leonard because he's like the ultimate introvert. Because everybody knows, as soon as Kawhi Leonard retired, you will never hear from this man ever again. But he's gonna fall off the face of the earth. Kawhi gave interviews like he being interrogated by the FBI or something. Man, this dude answer questions like he reading a dictionary or something. But put him on the court in the clutch. Ice cold.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
He out here hitting shots that'll make Jordan proud. Meanwhile, Giannis over here, he all smiles. Hee ha ha. You know what I'm saying? He all chummy with the media.
Knock knock. Obama.
Obama who?
Obama so. No one laugh. Jesus Christ.
See, Giannis the type of dude who will seem like he your best friend and like you only known him for 5 minutes. Like good energy, great energy. But put him on the free throw line in the clutch. But he probably fooled around and get a 10-second violation.
Giannis 4 of 7 from the line.
10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, they got him.
Oh my.
That's no basket.
Wow.
Now, the key thing to remember is that neither one is better than the other. They just different. It's like asking, was Magic Johnson better than Larry Bird? Because Magic Johnson was a little bit more charismatic. No. It's like asking whether being a point guard is better than being a center. No. They're different positions with different strengths. And you need both of them to win a championship. See, if an introvert was a point guard, he'd be a quiet mastermind. he would be playoff Rondo. You know what I'm saying? Seeing 13 moves ahead. I'm talking about somebody with the basketball IQ through the roof. And he only communicate with perfect passes.
About last week where he has played a little bit better. What a pass by Rondo.
Rajon Rondo leading the NBA with an obscene number 14 assists per game.
Now, if an extrovert was a point guard, he'd be an energetic floor general like Magic Johnson, running the offense off pure energy. Because the extrovert get his best ideas by bouncing them off people. You know what I'm saying? See, they think out loud. They process things by like talking it through. And they make decisions better when they discussing it with their team. See, that extrovert is that point guard that's always talking. Screen right. Switch. I got your help. By yourself. Always chatting. See, that introvert point guard trying to slow the game down. Control the pace. Make calculated decisions. In that extrovert point guard, he want to push the tempo. Create chaos. And see what happens in transition. Two completely different approaches. Same position. See, in real life, it shows up in how they approach their problems. See, an introvert want to like think it through, you know, sleep on it. Maybe discuss it with like one other trusted person. See, an extrovert, he want to call like an emergency group chat. Get everybody's opinion. Make a decision by committee. Neither approach is technically wrong. But working together, they can kind of frustrate each other. See, the introvert thinks the extrovert is being impulsive and dramatic. See, the extrovert, he thinks the introvert is being slow and secretive. You have to recognize that they're both trying to make the right play. They just have different definitions of what right looks like. See, when you put an introvert in a space that's built for extroverts, they're like a fish out of water. It's like putting Jokic in a dunk contest. It's not their natural habitat.
Go ahead, Joker. Get one up. It's a dunk. Dunk contest.
Now picture an introvert at a big party. Yeah, they can work the room. They can be charming and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Maybe with a little bit of liquid courage. But you better believe they're going to sneak off mid-party, not tell anybody, and go home and recharge their social battery like they've been sitting at 1% all day. Meanwhile, an extrovert in the same situation. It's like players that get energy from the crowd. The more people, the louder the noise, the better they perform. They finna leave the party more energized than when they came. They'll see people leaving the party, and they'll be talking about some, where the after party? After party? Man, go home. And the mistake you'll make with that introvert is thinking that he didn't have a good time just because he needed to leave early. He just need more downtime afterwards. That's like saying a player who dropped 40 didn't have a good game because he got tired in the fourth quarter. Let that man go home and recharge. Now, on the flip side, you put an extrovert in a quiet one-on-one situation for too long, they start to get antsy. It's like asking Shaq to play in the Princeton offense. You know what I'm saying? Pass and cut. I mean, he can do it, but you're not playing to his strengths. They're the player that need touches and ball movement to get in rhythm. See, they better when they bounce ideas off of people. They process their emotions by talking through them. This is why if you ask an extrovert to meditate, can't do it. You tell an extrovert to sit down and read this book for hours. Can't do it. They need some type of external stimulation or interaction to focus. When I was in college, I could not understand for the life of me. When he would get in a study group, it'd be 8, 9, 10 people in a room, sitting with the music playing, talking about we studying. I'm like, no, man, get me out of here. See, that was probably a group of extroverts. Me, I needed 1, 2 people tops to study with. Now, what's even more interesting is when an introvert and an extrovert get on the same team. Think about Shaq and Kobe. When it works, it's beautiful. So you got the introverts over here. You got your extroverts over here. See the introvert? He gonna provide stability. You know what I'm saying? Depth. See the extrovert over here, he finna provide energy, connection. See, the introvert keeps the extrovert grounded, and the extrovert pushes the introvert out of their comfort zone. But when it doesn't work, it's like two players that don't understand each other's timing on the court. The introvert think the extrovert is doing entirely too much, and the extrovert think the introvert is antisocial. And if you haven't figured it out, which one of Shaq and Kobe is the introvert or the extrovert? I think Kobe is the introvert, Shaq is the extrovert. And the only time problems arise is when you start judging other people by your own internal playbook. When in reality, everybody just playing the game that come natural to them. See, an extrovert would think an introvert don't like them because they don't match their energy. It's like a fast break player thinking that a half-court player is lazy. See, an introvert sometimes think the extrovert is being fake because they share so much information about themselves. It's another word vomit situation. It's like a fundamental player thinking that a flashy player is just showing off. But as I said, most people are just playing the game that comes naturally to them. See, the extrovert that's always posting on social media, he doesn't fully process the experience unless he posts a little recap. And that introvert that take 3 days to respond to a text, they're not being rude. They might just need a little bit of extra time to formulate a thoughtful response. Now, when it's game time, and I mean like real world game time, with like situations that we all go through, here's how they perform. Let's say you're at a job interview. You got one chance to clutch this job interview and you're going to be set. Like you got fired with no time left on the clock and you got to hit 2 free throws to win the game. See, an introvert going to take their time with their routine, dribble a couple times, do their little routine, take a breath. And when they shoot, it's going to be money. Because in the interview, they probably done already researched the company more than the person who's doing the interview. They've already prepared thoughtful questions that really show that they understand the business. You know what I'm saying? Nothing generic like, oh yeah, so what do you guys do here? See, that introvert is the player that's going to study film religiously. They going to know the opponent's weaknesses before they step on the court. Now, the challenge with the introvert is they don't sell themselves as aggressively as they should. See, they're the player that's going to make the right basketball play instead of the highlight play, even when the highlight play is going to really show off their talent and give them more recognition. That little innovative solution that I came up with, it was no big deal. Anybody could have done it. Yeah. Meanwhile, the extrovert going to come in on the next interview talking about some his leadership strategy and his paradigm shifting methodologies and all this other stuff. Selling, overselling. See, an extrovert in an interview is like Russell Westbrook attacking in transition. They attack aggressively and with confidence. And they can naturally build a better rapport with the interviewer because, they think quick on their feet and they not afraid to take a big swing with them interview answers. Hey, they'll pull up from half court, heat check. They don't care. Only thing is the extrovert might dominate the conversation so the interviewer can't even really get their questions off. Like, did they actually learn anything about you or you just an L yapper? Now, say you on a first date. Y'all trying to get to know each other. Like you at a pickup game at the park. You know what I'm saying? Trying to learn each other's play styles. So you got to adapt quickly. So you know what I'm saying? You don't embarrass yourself. See, an introvert on a first date is an excellent listener. They'll ask like follow-up questions and like actually pay attention. Actually try to get to know you. A revolutionary concept. Yeah, I know. But they're genuinely interested in understanding the other person. They might start out quiet, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they need a couple possessions to get warmed up or whatever. Like what LeBron be doing in game 1 of the playoffs. Every game 1, he always talking about some, oh yeah, it's just a feel-out game.
For me, game 1 has always been a feel-out game for me. If you ever followed my history, so. Feeling
out their opponent's defense, but once they get comfortable, yeah, it's over. See, an introvert is more likely to take you out on a date that's like, actually unique. They already know to place you in a situation that's going to like get the conversation started. And I know y'all don't do coffee dates no more. You know what I'm saying? Y'all too good for coffee for some reason. But that small coffee shop over there on 88th Street, have you tried their French pastries? No? You're missing out. You're missing out. There's this amazing art exhibit only in town for the next 2 weeks. Trying to go? Something to give you something to talk about instead of just sitting across from each other at a dinner table interrogating each other like we're having a free throw shooting contest. See, an extrovert on a first date brings straight energy and enthusiasm. They're the player that's going to come out the gate, no warm-up, firing 3-pointers. Like how your first shot on the court is a 3-pointer. You ain't even warm up yet. Get a layup or something. No, see, an extrovert come out the gate firing. See, an extrovert finna say, let's do something social or let's do something active. Let's go to that new restaurant that everybody talking about. Let's go to that comedy show. Let's do a group activity so you can meet my friends. Yes, on a first date. And they great at keeping the conversation going. An extrovert has never had an awkward silence in their life because they don't let silence happen at all. See, an extrovert can get away with a boring dinner date because they are the entertainment all by themselves. Now, when things don't go according to plan, when life starts lifing, how does each personality handle that pressure? See, an introvert under pressure is like somebody with that clutch gene, ice water in their veins, because they actually get calmer when the stakes get higher. See, they naturally good at blocking people out, blocking out the distractions, you know what I'm saying? And just focusing on what needs to be done because they've been doing it their whole life. See, they good at crisis management because they don't need external validation to make a tough decision. See, an introvert can sit in uncertainty for longer than most people, which is exactly what you need when you're trying to deal with like a complex problem. You know what I'm saying? Something that doesn't have an obvious solution. See, an extrovert under pressure, see, they perform better when they can bounce ideas off each other. They want to process the situation by committee. See, they need a team that can rally around them to be more effective. You put them in ISO, they might struggle. Give them a good team around them, and they gonna look like they the mastermind of the crisis management team. See, an extrovert in crunch time, they'll draw up a play, you know what I'm saying, get everybody involved, and when it comes down to it, they're gonna make the right basketball play when the ball's in their hands. See, an introvert, they gonna say, hey, give me the ball and tell everybody else get out the way.
Casey drawn up the play for coming out of the huddle, and Larry turned and said, you guys want to win the game? Just give me the ball and get out the way.
See, an extrovert is great at handling the human side of the crisis management because they all about like keeping the morale up and maintaining relationships during a crisis when everything's falling apart around. Now, this might be the biggest difference between introverts and extroverts. It's how they recharge from intense situations. See, an introvert needs actual downtime. You know what I'm saying? Solitude to recharge. See, they're the players that's gonna sit quietly in the locker room at halftime. Don't need no hype music. They don't need no halftime speech. All they need to do is sit down, process what happened, and think about what's finna happen next. It's basically load management for their energy, and they trying to stay healthy for the playoffs. The same way an athlete needs recovery time between workouts is the same way that an introvert needs mental recovery time so they can operate at full capacity. See, try to force an introvert to be social when they need to recharge. It'd be like playing on a strained calf muscle. Yeah, they might show up, but they definitely not 100%. And they might fool around and snap an Achilles if you push them too far.
And Durant grabbing that right leg. It's the right calf that put him out. Here's the play right away. He knew it.
See, an extrovert, he need that interaction to recharge. He need that halftime speech to go out and run through a wall for his coach. He need all that noise and chaos to get in his own. And think about how much this ruins relationships. One person needs space, the other person trying to talk it out so they can feel better. You headed for disaster, bro. That don't work. And neither approach is necessarily wrong. It's just that, timing is everything. All right, so we already broke down the differences. Now let's talk about how you can actually win with the personality type that you got. Now for introverts, your superpower is gonna be depth. Easy. First thing you introverts need to do is stop trying to be an extrovert. I see too many people trying to force themselves into being an extrovert because they think that's how you're supposed to be successful. It's like asking Tim Duncan to play like Allen Iverson. You're gonna be exhausted trying to be something that you're not. See, your strength is depth, not breadth. Breadth? Breath. How you say that word? Breath. Your strength is to go deep. Don't go broad. See, while an extrovert will be sitting over there trying to work the whole room, you can have like 2 meaningful conversations that actually go somewhere. While the extrovert over there trying to brainstorm 50 different ideas, you can come up with one idea that takes you to the top. You know what I'm saying? Something that actually works. Because your superpower as an introvert is going to be preparation. See, you naturally think things through more carefully than most people. So you got to use that and be the most prepared person in the room. One-on-one situations. See, you need to get see, when you get I'm trying to think, how should I say it? Hey, chat, how should I word this? I don't know. Like when you're trying to get in a one-on-one situation. See, one-on-one situations is going to be your home court advantage. One-on-one. Because you got the ability to build a deep connection with somebody. Because you're not chasing validation from every which person. You're not trying to connect with everybody. You're trying to connect with the right people. See, when you're in isolation, you got somebody on the island, that's when the magic happens. Because you notice things that other people miss. You have a natural tendency to look at the details and think before you speak. You're going to pick up on a pattern in the detail that extrovert going to miss. In your opinion, carries the most weight because you're not going to give it away so cheaply. And when you finally speak up, people going to listen because it'll be like getting wisdom from the basketball gods themselves. Now, here's what you need to work on. Say no. It's okay to say no to a social event that you don't want to go to a phone call that you don't want to take, a meeting that you don't want to take, a party that you don't want to go to. You got to protect that energy and only say yes if you really want to go. Just tell them you managing your energy like you managing your minutes for a playoff run. It's just smart business. And you have to learn to advocate for yourself. You see Joel Embiid, he was out here crying, talking about, I need to be the MVP. I should be in MVP conversations.
You know, last year our campaign, to me, is just, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what else I have to do to win it. And to me, it's like, at this point, it's like, he's whatever.
Next thing you know, boom, he done won the MVP. See, just because you do great work, don't mean everybody gonna automatically come to it. I know they used to say if you build it, they'll come. But in today's day and age, you gotta build it and yell it from the rooftops. Then here it is. And then they might come. Unfortunately, that's how the world works today. You gotta be a self-promotion machine. You gotta speak up for yourself, even in group situations, because your opinion probably matters more than you think. We're gonna say self-promote. Now for my extroverts, stop spreading yourself too thin. I see an extrovert will be involved in this, involved in that, involved in this, involved in everything, but not be great at any one thing. That's like a player that can guard all 5 positions, but ain't the best at guarding any one of them. Who that dude, Bruce? What's that dude named, Bruce? Hey, help me out. He was on the Nuggets. He was on the Nets. Hey, something Bruce. It's not Bruce Bowen. It's that dude name who do a little bit of everything. He like play. He was out here like damn near playing center. Hold on, Bruce. Nuggets. Bruce Brown. That's like a player that can guard all 5 positions, but ain't the best at guarding any one of them. Fool around to be Bruce Brown out here. Well, you could be Draymond Green. See, yeah, that was a good one, right? That was good. Hey, I'm with the analogies out here. See, as an extrovert, your strength is connection and energy, but it needs to be focused. See, you can energize a room, but you got to make sure that it's towards something that's productive. You know what I'm saying? You're not just making noise just for the sake of making noise. In your strength, you're a natural networker. See, you got to be the person that connects everybody to these big ideas. You DJ Khaled out here. See, your enthusiasm is contagious, but you got to use that to build momentum towards projects that you actually care about. Big ideas only. So you think better out loud. So there's no need to apologize for needing a group of people to be a soundboard. You just got to find the right people. Find the right people that got your best interests at heart. But as an extrovert, here's what you need to work on. You need to learn to listen more than you speak. You know what I'm saying? Listen more than you speak. We get it. You like to talk. But sometimes you got to step back and create a safe space so that other people can get their ideas off too. See, if you keep dominating every conversation, you're going to end up pushing people away that could have had an idea that brought you to the next level. They done dipped out because they didn't feel heard. And as an extrovert, you need to focus on quality over quantity. We understand you can connect with damn near everybody on the planet. But you got to make sure you go deep and strengthen your connection with the people that actually matter. Quality over quantity. But look, at the end of the day, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, we all trying to do the same thing out here. Build some meaningful relationships, do some work that matters, and be proud of the life that you done built for yourself. Now, how you get there might look different, but the destination is still the same. And guess what? The world needs both an introvert that's gonna think deeply and an extrovert that's gonna think broadly. They need people to slow the game down and they need people to speed that thing up. So are you team introvert or are you team extrovert? Let me know in the comments. And if this video helped you understand yourself or somebody that you know just a little bit better, hit that subscribe button and stop trying to be somebody that you're not, because any personality type can win the championship. Trust me, bro, because ball don't lie, and neither do I. Hey. Keep shooting.